using a chair, and then we're going to move to the wall and then come back to the chair. So we are going to be using either side once we come to the wall, so you will be doing some walking. Just making sure that if you have this chair on a hardwood floor, that you're putting some kind of rubber, maybe a yoga mat or something underneath it to keep it from sliding and being stationary for you. And when we come up to standing, just making sure that you're in a spot that there's nothing that's obstructing your movement. So let's go ahead and start. So just sitting comfortably on your chair. If you notice, I'm not all the way back. I'm sitting a little bit forward. So it's just about mid-thigh underneath my legs, the chair. So we'll just go ahead and sit down, making sure you're sitting into both seat bones really comfortably and letting your shoulders just relax for a few moments. Sometimes we get all knotted up in the upper body. So we're going to invite the jaw to unclench and the tongue just to let go of the roof of the mouth for a moment. Maybe just turn, look around the room, look up, look down at your toes, your fingers. Just give yourself a little bit of movement in the neck and in the head. Just slow, easy. And then just go ahead and let yourself settle back down. Just letting the shoulders be still, the head, the neck. Maybe let your eyes close for a moment. Checking in to see if the jaw got clenched again and inviting the lower jaw to release the upper jaw. And then letting yourself take a really deep breath in through the nose, letting it out through the mouth. If your eyes have been closed, go ahead and open them. And just looking straight ahead. We want to project out over the horizon. So if you have a tendency to look 10 or 15 feet ahead of you, start practicing looking out over the horizon. So we're just going to invite the legs to stretch out a little bit, both of them. And we'll make some circles with the ankles a couple of times in each direction, and then reverse that a couple of times. Just wake them up, maybe wiggle your toes a little bit too. And then we'll do some point and flex to press the balls of your feet into the floor, then pull your toes towards you a few times. Check in to see if you stop breathing again. And if you need to look down at the video, that's fine, but then see if you can look back up over the horizon. So we're not getting into a slump position. And then go ahead, release, and let your feet slide back so your ankles are underneath your knees. Then we'll get the wrists moving. So we're going to make some circles, taking the hands in wrists in circles. And as you make that circle, just slowly climbing the arms up. Going up as far as you feel comfortable, eyes still out over the horizon. And then reverse those circles with the wrists as you come back down. No rush. Lots of time. And then we'll take those arms out to a side like we're waving goodbye. And same thing, going all the way up. Fingertips point to the ceiling and then back down to the floor. Going up as far as you feel like you can. If you want to bend the elbows, that's fine. And then waving goodbye all the way back down. Slow it down. Want to feel this a little bit in the forearms. And then once you get all the way down, just shake out your hands a little bit. Great. You may even want to roll your wrists around a few times. Squeeze your hands, open up the fingers, wiggle everything around. Here we go. And then go ahead and just let your hands slide down a little bit to your knee and then coming up. So we're not really rounding the back, we're folding at the hip here. Back stays flat. I'm going to turn sideways. So I'm keeping my back flat as I come forward rather than letting the back round. Really moving out of the hips. If you feel as though you can go a little bit further, go ahead and take those hands down below the knees. If you're happy, just sliding and keeping that support on your thighs. And we'll just do that 2 or 3 more times. Letting yourself exhale as you go forward. Inhale as you come back up. Exhaling as you go forward, folding at the hip. Inhale, come up. This time we'll stay there. And letting your hands grab the sides of the chair. We're going to invite the shoulder blades not only to pull together, but to press down at the same time. So we're almost like lifting the points of the ribs upward. Take a breath in and release. We'll do that again. Hands come around behind. Breathe in and release. One more time. Come around, shoulder blades in and down. And this time we'll stay here for an extra breath. Unlock the jaw. And go ahead and release. So get a little asymmetric here, letting the left leg slide out. Right arm is going to come to a goalpost or Joshua tree elbow. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring everything back. And we'll go right side. And left arm, breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, left foot, right arm, and exhale. Right foot, left arm, and exhale. Left foot, right arm, and this time we'll stay here. Breathe, pushing through that left heel, pulling the left toes towards you. Palm of the right hand's turned forward. And we'll go ahead and release. Let's do the other side. Right leg goes out, left arm, and hold and breathe. Palm forward. Check to see if your elbows drifted downward, holding it up. And then release, coming back in. Take a little bit of forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, coming back up. This time letting your left hand settle on your left hip. Right arm comes straight out to the side, palms turn to the floor. So squeeze down into the left seat bone and reach out to the side. Take a breath in. Exhale, coming back to center. We'll do that again. Reach, lean like you're trying to get a hold of something, and exhale back to center. One more time. Inhale, reach, and we'll hold for 2 breaths. Keeping that left seat bone squeezed into the chair. And as you exhale, coming back to center. Letting the hands slide forward, little forward fold. And coming all the way back up. Right hand to the hip, left arm out, palm to the floor. And as you breathe in, squeeze the right seat bone down, reach to the side. Inhale. Inhale, reach, seat bone down. Exhale returns you to center. And again, reaching. We'll stay this time for 2 breaths. Right seat bone down, left fingertips reaching. Keep breathing. Unlock the jaw. And we'll go ahead and come all the way back up. Eyes out on the horizon. And we'll go ahead and bring the arms around behind. Get a little lift again into that chest. Shoulder blades go down and release. I'm going to take that left knee and swing it all the way out to the side. So we're creating a 90-degree turn right in the groin. So right kneecap faces forward, left kneecap to the side. We're going to take the sternum, turn it to face the right knee. So we're a little bit of a twist here. One hand on top of the other. And then as you exhale, bowing down. Again, folding at the hip rather than rounding the back. Let's do that again. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward, and we'll stay. Hold and breathe. Keep squeezing that left seat bone into the chair. And as you inhale, we'll come back up. Foot comes around. Let's go ahead and take the arms up into Joshua tree. And release. We'll take right knee out to the side, left knee forward. Sternum forward. Right seat bone's on that chair, so we're still squeezing down into it. And maybe one hand on top of the other. And as you exhale, fold at the hip. Inhale, coming up. And again, squeeze into that right seat bone as you fold forward. Breathing up. Exhale, fold. And at any time, after that 3rd time, if you'd like to stay here for an extra breath or 2 and just feel some stretch in that right side body, squeeze the right seat bone down, you're welcome to stay. And then go ahead and come up. We'll turn the knees forward, lifting up, finding those elbows. Think of lifting the sternum. We'll bring arms around behind, get that little chest lift again. And then release. So let's go ahead and stand up. So we'll come to the chair. I've got the back of my chair about 2 inches away from the wall so I can hold on to it. And then I'm going to stand so my outside of my right foot, I'm facing the chair, is about a foot away from the wall. And letting yourself first find a good solid position here, feet underneath your hips. And looking out over the horizon. Right hand is going to come to the back of that chair. And then bringing the elbow bent, we're going to find that goalpost arm on this side. And as you inhale, taking the fingertips to the wall, breathe into this left side. So I'm in this kind of position. As you exhale, come back. Inhale again, bring left fingertips to the wall, and exhale. Do it again, in. Exhale back to center. One more time on this. 4th time, we'll stay for 2 or 3 breaths. See if you can bring the fingertips, see if the elbow came forward. We want to keep it open. Breathing left ribs, left foot squeezing the floor. After that next exhale, coming all the way up. Take both hands and put them on the wall. Now notice I haven't turned my knees, so my hips, my belly button faces straight ahead. I'm just turning in my chest and ribs. As you breathe in, fingers up, and exhale. Inhale, left hand slides up the wall, and exhale, back down. One more time, inhale. Stay there and breathe. Hold that left foot to the ground, kneecap straight ahead, and exhale, release, and back to center. And we'll go ahead and go around to the other side. So find that good base again, feet underneath the hips. You feel like you couldn't be pushed over if somebody pushed you. We'll bring the left hand this time to the back of the chair, eyes out over the horizon, right elbow bent. And as you breathe in, bending sideways, fingertips to the wall, exhale back to center. And breathing in, squeeze into that right foot this time. And back to center. Breathing in, and we'll stay. If you feel like you need one more repetition, go ahead and take it before you stay. And you can hold these stays for 2 or 3 breaths. Really inviting the right ribs to open this time. And we'll go ahead and release. And this time that right hand comes to the wall. Kneecaps stay forward, pelvis stays forward, just turning in the waist and the ribs. As you breathe in, sliding the right arm up. Exhale, back down. Keeping your eyes up. Inhale. If you want to follow your hand with your eyes and your head, you're welcome to look up. If that bothers your neck, just keep your eyes straight ahead. Next time your arm goes up, we'll stay there. Really breathing all through the right side of your body. Right foot squeezing into the floor. And as you exhale, bringing that hand down and letting yourself turn forward. We'll go ahead and come around to the wall, turning your back to the wall now. So we've got heels, buttocks, calves maybe, shoulder blades, but not the back of your head. We want about 1/2 inch or so between the wall and the head. And go ahead and let your arms come out in front, interlace your fingers. We're going to keep the whole upper back against the wall as you press the arms forward. Keep the back of the upper body to the wall, squeeze into it. Head still about 1/2 inch from the wall. And then go ahead and release. We're going to bend the knees and do the same thing again. Keep the heels anchored. You want to feel some stretch in the back of the Achilles and ankles. Interlace, push, hold the back of the shoulders to the wall, squeeze. Buttocks, heels are there against the wall. One more breath. And go ahead and release. So now we're going to, we may need to use the block. Place one hand on the right hand on the chair. Left foot stays chair. If that's not happening, you can bring the block here. The exercise that we'll be doing today is taking that left elbow to the right knee. So if the foot is on the block, we're going to bring the elbow maybe 6 inches to the knee. If your foot is on the chair, we're going to bring that elbow about 1 inch above the knee. We're not going to rest on it. Keep it about 1 inch. Trying to line the center of the knee elbow up with the center of your kneecap. It's not over here, way over there, right in the middle. So holding on to the chair, foot on the ground. Take a big reach up, stretch the left side of the body. As you exhale, elbow comes towards the right knee, about 1 inch above, and then inhale and coming back up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, elbow towards the knee, not quite touching. Inhale. Exhale, and this time we'll hold here. Elbow just off the knee. If your foot's on the ground, you're about 6 inches from the knee. Reaching all the way up. Reach through the fingertips. Squeeze that left foot into the floor. And then we'll release and remove your foot. If you have that block, you can kind of push it to the other side, or if you're not using the block, just step around. So this time the left foot goes on the chair or on the block. Right hand is still there to help steady you. And we'll take a breath in, reaching. And right elbow to the center of the left knee without touching. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, and this time hold. Keep breathing while you're holding. One more breath will come up. Fingertips up, right foot down, and breathe. Your foot is moving in the opposite direction of your fingertips. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Eyes out over the horizon. And then we'll go ahead and release. Okay, so let's go ahead and come back to the chair. No, before we do that, let's come back to this one on this side. Heels, back of your calves, buttocks, and a whole top of the shoulder where the shoulder blades are against the wall. Arms come around together. Palms push away. Squeeze your upper back into the wall. That's not your head. Head's about 1 inch from the wall. Push the hands forward. Squeeze the shoulders into the wall. You may even feel this in your belly. And we'll go ahead and release. Bend the knees so you can feel some stretch in the Achilles and calves. We'll do the same thing again. Hands together, push through the palms, squeeze the upper back into the wall. Breathe, unlock the jaw. And we'll go ahead and come all the way up. Now we can come to the chair. So go ahead and sit down. So this time we'll let the knees come pretty wide apart. Again, we're not sitting against the back of the chair. We're pretty close to the front, and the edge of the chair is right at about mid of the thigh. Letting the hands rest on your knees, and we'll take a breath and think about sending the collarbone forward. And as you exhale, think about pulling the collarbone into you. Inhale, sending the collarbone forward, out over the knees. Exhale, see if you can pull your collarbone into your body. And again, inhale, collarbone forward. Exhale, pulling that collarbone in. And then just releasing to simple neutral. And letting your feet come a little bit more together. Hands resting on your thighs. Chin turns to look over the left shoulder. Find where the collarbone and the shoulder meet. Bring the point of your chin to that spot and follow it all the way down into the center of the sternum. And look forward, out over the horizon. And again, over. So just breathe here. Whatever's the most comfortable breath for you. Just keep breathing, chin to sternum. Do that one more time. Eyes over the horizon as you look up. Turn the chin. Keep breathing. Easy, comfortable breaths. Back to sternum. Looking forward, over the right shoulder, and all the way back to the sternum again. Looking forward. We'll get little nods here now, just letting the chin come a little bit towards the chest and a little bit towards the ceiling, just a few times. Maybe inhale as you lift the chin, exhale as you drop the chin. So we're not moving the back anymore, this is just in the neck. And then making those movements smaller and smaller. Until once again, your head is just positioned over your shoulders, your hands are resting on your thighs, elbows are dropped alongside your body. And let's come back to that deep breath in through the nose. Letting it out through the mouth. Let your eyes close if you feel comfortable. Just a few breaths here, letting the breath come in and out of the nose. Try not to control it or change it, just letting it be. Jaws unlocked and tongue is released the roof of the mouth. Release the energy in your fingers and your toes. Releasing the energy in your elbows and your knees. And then letting your eyes open slowly. Let yourself take a moment just to sit until you feel as though you're once again ready to stand. And one good way to stand is for one foot to come underneath, the other foot to step forward and push yourself up. Okay, thank you.